Hey guys, welcome back to the house. So listen, we have to go ahead and talk about the curious case of Wendy Benjamin Button Williams. Now, she did an interview this morning with Good Morning America, and something for me is not really adding up. I kind of feel like somebody lying. Okay, somebody lying, and I kind of feel like it's Wendy Williams. I feel like she's omitting a lot of details and a lot of the truth because a lot of this interview for me just did not add up. The information did not add up. Now, to go into further details, Wendy Williams yesterday or 2 days ago called Good Morning America and said that she wanted to talk to the peoples, right? She wanted to conduct this interview. And the reason why she wants to conduct this interview is because she wants to let the public, along with the executives at Deadmar Mercury, know that she is of sound mind and ready to get back to work, even though in the same breath, she says that she's really not ready to get back to work. Okay? And this is why I say this is very odd. It's very suspicious. Stay with me, right? So the people over there at Good Morning America said, okay, we'll go ahead and we'll do this interview. And we will have you do an interview with TJ Holmes. So TJ Holmes, he does the interview. And in my personal opinion, I just kind of felt like he was very uncomfortable being stuck with this story because through my perspective, it just kind of seemed like he was not really, comfortable with asking her about her mental well-being and her physical health and her financials because we do know that Wells Fargo locked her out of the bank account saying that sis was not of a sound mind. Was it just me who thought that? Was it just me who noticed how TJ Holmes really did not want to be there? He really did not want to ask Wendy these hard questions, but Wendy wanted to be asked these hard questions. I thought that was very suspicious, right? Now, before we even got a glimpse of the interview, you guys, they put out a disclaimer by basically saying that Wendy Williams called us up but yet refused and declined to be on camera. Sis said, I'm not ready for all that. I can't do all that yet. But what I can do is I can call you. Y'all can route my telephone line into the studio and we can have this interview with audio only. And I thought that that was also suspicious because if you're claiming in this very same interview that you're ready to get back to work, why aren't you on camera? Are you guys following? Now, this is not me trying to get on Wendy. This is not me trying to drag Wendy. This is me using my brain. And my brain is telling me that something is off. Something is not right. Wendy is still going through issues. And she kind of admits it herself, right? So she refuses to be on camera, but they do the interview anyways via Zoom, but just audio, no video on her end, right? So the first question that TJ Holmes asked is, Wendy Williams, are you of a sound mind? Do you have all of your faculties? Are you mentally all there? Wendy Williams proceeds to answer and says that she has the mind and the body of a 25-year-old. That's great that she thinks that. Well, is it great that she thinks that? Because clearly that's a lie. Okay, how Candy say, the lies, the lies, the lies. Carly read, it was all a lie. You have the mind and body of a 25-year-old. Why would you say that? That's suspicious. The mind and body of a 25-year-old. Mind you, sis is 57, I believe. And in that video on the beach, y'all were telling me that she misrepresented her age, like she told y'all the wrong age. How old is Wendy? Because in the Good Morning America interview, she said she was 57. Okay, so sis is really 57. She got that right this time. But she proceeded to say that she has the mind and body of a 25-year-old. I find that to be really odd that a 57-year-old woman would say that, knowing... Now, listen, I don't know what's going on with her medical records and her charts, and I don't really know what the hell Wendy got going on with her mind, body, and spirit. But if I had to make a very smart, educated, informed, critical assumption, She ain't got no mind nor body or spirit or soul of a 25-year-old. We're detecting that to be a lie. That was just odd that she would even say that. Now, maybe it was an over exaggeration, but it didn't sound like an exaggeration. It didn't sound like no figure of speech. It sounded like sis was being dead ass serious. That she really thinks that she has the mind of a 25-year-old, the body at that. No tea, no shade, right? Um, so then they start talking about her financials. Wells Fargo says that someone needs to handle her accounts. And she goes on to say that she does not want that Wells Fargo is going against her wishes, obviously. Wells Fargo claims undue influence and financial exploitation. Now, I had to Google, y'all, because I've always been in control of my since the age of 18. So I don't really know how this works, and I don't know what the hell is going on. But I find it to be odd. Now, I did have a grandmother who was, declining in mental health, I believe. And we had various issues with bills and money in her bank accounts and scammers and stuff like that. So I do understand where Wells Fargo is coming from when they think that one of their clients is not capable mentally of being in control of their liquid cash, right? And they're claiming undue influence and financial exploitation. So I Googled undue influence, influence by which a person is induced to act otherwise than by their own free will or without adequate attention to the consequences. Like someone is making Wendy go to the bank and get cash out so that that person who's influencing her to do that can do whatever the hell they want to. That's what that kind of sound like. Let me know if I'm wrong, okay? Which I understand that because, like I said, my grandmother, there was a lot of things we dealt with, child. Just inserting my own personal experience. Financial exploitation occurs when a person misuses or takes the assets of a vulnerable adult for his or her own personal benefit. This frequently occurs without the explicit knowledge or consent of a senior or disabled adult. Wells Fargo says that Wendy Williams is being taken advantage of, which is the reason why they want her to get a conservator, at least for that particular account or several accounts that she has with Wells Fargo. But Wendy in this interview says she doesn't want that. She doesn't want a conservator. She's of a sound mind. She wants to be in control of her money. She's worked hard all of her life, and she wants her money. And I completely, understand that as well. I understand that because maybe Wells Fargo is wrong. Maybe there is no undue influence. Maybe there is no financial exploitation. Maybe Wendy Williams really is all there and can have control of her money that she's worked 30 years for. And that could be very frustrating if you literally are completely mentally sane and people are telling you that you're not. I can imagine that that's like a never-ending loop of a movie that you just can't turn off. Like, I'm literally normal, but people are telling me that I'm crazy, which is starting to make me act crazy. That's kind of like one of my biggest fears. It's like when you're telling the truth about something, but everybody thinks you're lying, but you're really telling the truth. And then you get upset, and then people say, well, why are you getting upset if you're telling the truth? And I'm like, no, I'm not getting upset because I'm lying. I'm getting upset because nobody believes me. Like, that can make a person go crazy. So maybe it's a situation like that. But I'm under the impression that it's not. I don't know. Just my personal opinion. Then they talk about the Wendy Williams show. Sis says everybody's ready to do the show again. I don't know who everybody is. I doubt that she's been in contact with producers like that. I doubt she's been in contact with staff members and, people who actually work on the ground at the Wendy Williams show. So I don't know who these people are that are ready to do the show again. But TJ Holmes asked, okay, so you're of a sound mind, you're doing great, great physical health, great mental health. You know, you want to take control of your finances from Wells Fargo. Could you do the show tomorrow? And Wendy Williams says, nope. So you just wasted 5 minutes of our time talking about how you're ready, you're coming back bigger, better, and brighter. And then by the end of the interview, you say, well, I'm not ready to go back tomorrow, but give me 3 months. There's still things that I need to work out. Sis, in 3 months, Sherry Shepherd will be queuing up her show. Like, what's going on? What's going on, sis? Like, I'm really legit confused at this whole entire situation. The show has been canceled already. Now, I told y'all, I went up here on my platform and I said, you know, there was a spokesperson that came out on Wendy's behalf, which she has then, you know, went on her Instagram and kind of discounted those statements. But the statement says something like, you know, when I'm good and ready, then, you know, Deadmar Mercury will give me my show back. And something within me said that that's really not true, because television networks just don't cancel shows and then bring them back 2 months later. That's like almost unheard of. Usually when a show is canceled, it's off the air for a little bit of a while until it's quote unquote rebooted. And then they put it back on air. But it's very rare that a show gets canceled and then a couple of months later, it miraculously gets uncanceled. So I think in Wendy's head, she's thinking I can still save my talk show. And listen, you know, better late than never. You know what I mean? Nothing is impossible. You know, if this is what you believe in and if this is something that you want to do, go for it, Wendy Williams. But I feel like this is going to not be as easy as what she's portraying it to be. So yeah, I don't know, y'all. The whole thing is just very odd. It's really strange. I watched the whole thing and I was just like, what is going on? Like, I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone and I kind of feel like there's something not being said. There's something that's not being said, and I wish somebody would be a whistleblower and spill the real tea. So, yeah. Y'all got to let me know how y'all feel about the situation in the comments down below. This is the curious case of Wendy Benjamin Button, and we got to figure this out. So, I'm going to go ahead and log off. Let me know how y'all feel. Yeah, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and click that bell button so y'all can be notified when we go live and or post a video. I love you guys, and don't forget to create a great day.